Hello and good evening. I'm sending a big staff's shout out to our class of 2020. Welcome to our celebration event. I'm Joe, newly graduated from the broadcast journalism course at Staffordshire University, and I'm delighted to be your co-host this evening.
And I'm Tamsin, lecturer in journalism, and together with Joe, who's a former student of mine and still speaking to me, so that's good, we will be your virtual event guide for this celebration event. Unfortunately, we couldn't get Ant or Dec, so you're going to have to put up with us. To kick off our programme, I have the pleasure in handing over to our Vice-Chancellor and Chief Executive, Professor Liz Barnes, CBE DL.
Thank you, Liz. So hopefully you're already feeling the love and feeling #proud to be staffs, regardless of where you are currently in the world. Tamsin, can I suggest just a little spot prize for the person logging in from the furthest distance tonight?
Oh, it's got to be oatcakes, hasn't it?
As the prize?
Definitely.
Winner.
Oatcakes.
Yeah.
Love them.
Well, obviously, I hope you're enjoying the show this evening. Be sure to give us a shout out or tweet using #staffscelebration.
I think that's a great idea. We'll start packaging the oatcakes as we speak. Now, it's obviously important that we stay connected with you, our alumni. In fact, I'm an alumni. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
1997, I think I graduated, which makes me ancient. Anyway, up next, we're going to hear from Candy, who graduated back in 2009, not in a pandemic, but in a global recession. Then we'll take the first of our messages from the School of Health and Social Care.
Well, we all hope you are now getting a flavour for what this evening is all about. It's for you and about you, congratulating on how far you've come and willing you to go that little extra step further. And we're delighted to be joined for the occasion by a number of special guests and honorary graduates as well, who are recognised as people who share in the university's values.
Yes, and here's one of them, champion of social justice, Cordella Bart-Stewart. She actually graduated from our institution with a law degree 4 decades ago in 1980. She's followed by a message from our School of Law, Policing and Forensics.
From one honorary graduate to another, we're delighted to be joined by North Staffordshire businesswoman Carol Shanahan, who has been labelled as a saviour of Port Vale Football Club. Tamsin, did you know that Staffordshire University is actually, in fact, on their new strip this coming season? And it's been partially designed by none other than Robbie Williams.
What an angel. Did you see what I did there?
Disappointed.
Should have had a career in comedy, shouldn't I? Anyway, that is some introduction and some claim to fame. Carol will be followed by a message for graduates from our Staffordshire Business School.
And now for something completely different. That catchphrase is almost 50 years old and was taken from the TV comedy series Monty Python's Flying Circus.
I'm a bit too young to remember that.
Well, if you are, then I certainly am.
Which leads us on neatly to a 50-year-old we're all very fond of, our university chaplain Mick the Vic, who's asked, in the words of Robbie Williams, to entertain you. Firstly, we'll be hearing from other familiar faces across our support services.
If you've enjoyed it so far, then there's plenty more to come, I can promise you that. And we urge you to stay with us as we still have messages to come for graduates of the Schools of Life Sciences and Education, Computing and Digital Technologies, and Creative Arts and Engineering.
But first, we've a message from colleagues in digital services and technical services who play such an important part in helping and supporting you throughout your university journey. In fact, the technical team are the guys who are helping us put this event on tonight, so big up to them and thank you very much.
We really appreciate it. Next, we'll hear from the School of Life Sciences and Education.
And please stay tuned to hear more words of wisdom from our special guests, including, can I get a drum roll, Joe? Thank you. The one and only Ruby Wax. Here's the part of the programme I'm most excited about, and it's not the cookies we've got stashed behind the cameras. I get to introduce our next guest, BBC journalist and news presenter Clive Myrie. In May this year, Clive spent 10 days filming on the COVID front line for a series of moving reports.
And if anyone can help to motivate you for life after COVID, then Clive is definitely that person. After Clive, we'll head straight to the School of Computing and Digital Technology for their messages. Now we're almost at that point where we instruct you to go off and find your classmates and lecturers and party.
Embarrassing mum dance out the way. Let's hope my daughters aren't watching. But professional now. Before we do, we have one final honorary graduate and messages from the School of Creative Arts and Engineering. Our guest is Stafford-born comic book writer Kieran Gillen.
Hopefully, like me, you'll have made numerous friendships and connections during your time at Staffordshire University. As a Staffordshire University alumni, we are now officially part of a much larger, globally connected community. And now the alumni team have just launched a new platform to keep us connected. So make sure you check out their virtual stand on the What's Next page. So let's hear from them now.
Now, while many of you will already be taking the next steps on your personal journey, we're also aware of just how difficult it is to graduate in a global pandemic. I saw how hard it was for Joe and his peers, and I know myself how difficult it was as a lecturer to carry on. So we just wanted to take a moment to say a huge congratulations for doing what you've done and for being here tonight in what has been the most difficult circumstances. We also wanted to say that help is at hand in the form of our excellent Careers Personal Development Service. Here's how they can connect you to professionals, employers, entrepreneurs and organisations relevant to your field of expertise. Please don't feel that you're on your own doing this next step, because you're really not, and help is out there. You've now seen all the messages of congratulations, and that's just the highlights. Make sure you check out our school areas for the full videos from your lecturers.
Now let's hear one final time from our Vice-Chancellor and Chief Executive, Professor Liz Barnes, CBE DL.
So that's nearly all from me and nearly all from him, but remember, this is your evening and it's only the start.
Before we sign off, let me tell you a bit about this exciting Staff's virtual venue and how you can navigate your way through to check in with your pals in our subject rooms, or just head straight to the Students' Union. We now have a live DJ set being streamed from your favourite venue on campus, the one and only LRV. So go ahead and request your favourite songs and relive those epic nights out one last time at Gobble.
Where's the dancing? No, seriously, once again, have a brilliant night. Congratulations and all the very, very best for the future.